Hi everyone, namaste. I'm Jill Loftus of Nuit Astrology. Welcome to your planetary energy forecast for the week of March 27th, 2023. Now, this month, as you know, has been a huge month. It's a turning point in so many ways. And even if nothing dramatic was going on in your world, bigger things are happening. Boy, I hope that's not too loud. I had to be outside. It's so beautiful, beautiful spring day. I planted 200 tulips last fall and they're blooming, which is a good metaphor for these times, right? We're planting seeds, we're planting bulbs, we're planting karmas, we're planting ideas, we're planting creative projects, right? Like this is a potent time of year. And so understanding how those things are going to bloom and having the patience to nurture them and do the work as needed is important. People ask me all the time, when's a good astrology? Well, dude, this week is about as good as they get. Now we're still dealing with, Pluto newly in Aquarius, and Pluto's gonna make his presence known. He's the planet of destruction and regeneration, right? And it's beginning to pick up, and this will intensify over the summer, but we'll pick up a square to the nodes of the moon, right? And the nodes are in Saturn. North node are in Saturn. North node is in Taurus, South node is in Scorpio, right? But this week, we have a beautiful blend of energy. We have Saturn connecting beautifully to the Mars, which is newly in Cancer, right? Because think of the signs that are in the same element, they're both water signs, so they're gonna flow, right? They're also gonna pick up that flow down to the Scorpio South node. And so if you know where those three areas of your life are, Cancer to Pisces, down to Scorpio, you can harmonize those areas of your life beautifully, magically this week. We also have Jupiter coming together with Mercury in the sign of Aries. Now, this is some potent energy as well as far as ideas and action, but you got to watch that you're not low vibing that Aries and dropping into anger or put your filter on this week, okay? Be inspired, get great ideas, make sure you're out in nature so that you can pick up on that beautiful energy of spring, right? But also, if you have a question this week, take a shower. Go soak in the tub. Go do a float somewhere. Like water is gonna yield so many answers for you this week with that beautiful grand trine in the sky, right? And there's several little additional beneficial energies that are gonna flow to the Mars as well that really might help you get some insights this week. We also have a potentially shocking day coming up this week when Venus is going to meet Uranus in the sky in the sign of Taurus. And so know where the area of life for Taurus is and engage your magical thinking this week. Particularly, I believe the exact meeting is on Thursday. I'll go day by day, but I just wanted to give you that overview of the week because this is a week that has a lot of potential. Keep in mind, you're going to want to get things done, right? Like go ahead and make the push. Because we're going to be in just a couple weeks, we enter the shadow zone for Mercury retrograde. But right now, all the planets are direct, and it is a time to accomplish things. All right, so we start the week off with a Gemini moon, which is really sending nice energy over to the Mercury and the Jupiter in Aries. It's going to butt up against that Neptune in Pisces. So just keep in mind that you're not being unclear, right? There needs to be a certain amount of clarity and directness as you gain that beautiful energy that's coming from the Aries area of life. Now we also have in Aries a stellium. Remember we had that earlier in the month. We had Jupiter and Chiron coming together with Venus. Well, now we have Jupiter and Chiron coming together with Aries. This is a good time to talk about the things that hurt, to really process mentally and verbally those things that make you feel less than or make you feel not whole, right? It is a way to reclaim your independence and autonomy in a lot of ways. You've been steeping in this energy, right? So this stuff has been coming up, but I think you'll really get to really process it a little bit more at a deep level at the beginning of the week. On Tuesday, we have that direct connection between Mercury and Jupiter, right? So the only way this can go wrong is if you run your mouth, right? I mean, or you overestimate your abilities. This is another thing that Jupiter can do. Jupiter can make you feel invincible, right? And in Aries, it can make you feel even more invincible, right? So just be a little bit more cautious. People could be a little bit more edgy and argumentative as well. And so you just want to tone that down and not engage in those things. The moon is going to be in Cancer, which adds to this beautiful flow of water energy, right? And so deep feels, brilliant for intuition. I'm really loving for intuition with all those connections. And on the 29th, that moon in Cancer is going to sextile to the Venus and Uranus, which are over there in Taurus. It is going to square to the Jupiter, but I really don't think that will be harmful at all. I think that will just keep you from going overboard, okay? On the 30th, we have the exact Mars in Cancer trying to the Saturn in Pisces. Now keep in mind, neither one of these planets particularly dig being in water signs, but here they get to work together. And so you get that tenacious, you know, nurturing, caretaking, Cancerian energy flowing really well with the like inspired, dreamy Pisces. So highly spiritual energy, wonderful for meditation, spiritual practices, insight, things of that nature. Venus comes together with Uranus, and I'm like, that's literally electrical, like electrical love, like arcs and sparks. It could be, could make a big impact on something kind of sudden happening in the financial markets, something shocking occurring with resources and things of that nature. But really note what's going on with your emotional, by your heart, right? Like, and your feelings about what you care about. And see if you can use that Uranian urge for freedom to really liberate you in some way, to purely love and want what you love and what you want. So I'm kind of digging it. On the 30th, we do also have, we've got a long moon void on the 30th. So I'm going to tell you to take a look, 9:45 a.m. to 6:31 p.m. Eastern Standard. Moon's void that whole time. If you don't know what a moon void is, I recently recorded a video and put it here on the YouTube channel on that. Check that out. But this is not a time to sign contracts, initiate anything important. This is more of a floaty, creative, dreamy space, right? But if you do something, initiate something during that time, it will not have the sticking power that you need it to have. On the 30th, we've got a beautiful Leo moon trine to the sun in Aries. And so this could be really inspiring. I see this as very social energy, all right? So maybe get out a little bit this week, because there could be, especially with that Venus-Uranus, there could be like if you have this urge to be like, go somewhere or do something, do it, because you might meet somebody that's really important. Follow up with urges and promptings that you get from your deep inner self. All right, April 1st, I don't know about you, but something big always happens to me on April 1st. But we're going to start the month of April with still having that gorgeous flow from the Mars and Gemini over to that Saturn and to the nodes. We've got a moon in Leo squaring Uranus and Venus and Taurus, but trying to the Jupiter and Aries. So this is a great push-pull. I don't see anything negative there. And then on the 2nd, we finish out the week with that, you know, still having the grand trine, figuring all out that beautiful flow. And Pluto, barely in Aquarius, begins to square the Mercury in Aries. So there may be some power struggles. There may be some, you know, maybe there's somebody that wants you to do something that you don't want to do, or there's something that's asking you to like conform and you're just not feeling it, right? So just don't be a rebel without a clue, right? If you're going to push against something, whatever it is, do it with wisdom, okay? And sometimes you do. You have to push against things. And don't be upset about those moments, right? It's kind of like when we are growing our seedlings in the greenhouse and we take them out and put them in the sun. If you don't have like a fan or something blowing on them, they don't create that side-to-side strength to stand and grow tall, right? They wilt, all right? They need that pressure in order to become strong. And so if you're feeling some of those pressures, just think about it as being a strengthening of your inner warrior, which is what Aries to me represents. All right. Well, I'm kind of stoked about this week. I already did the tarot, and the tarot is really kind of interesting. So you may wish to check that out. It kind of has, you know, one a more proactive side, a little like securing your home side, and the other being a little bit more break free, be independent. So it's really interesting now looking at the astrology, because I didn't look at that before I did the tarot. Sometimes I like to do the tarot cold and just kind of, I don't know, just feel into it. But anyways, I hope you found this useful, helpful. If you did, please comment below. It helps the channel to grow. Please like, please share. And hop on the website. I've got some new blogs on there. I've got some new courses coming up that I'm very excited to be offering. So check that out. I wish you the absolute best for this beautiful spring week. And I'll see you in the tarot video. Bye. Hello, my friends. Let's take a look at the tarot for the week of March 27th, 2023. Starting to steep in the vibe of all this new energy, right? The Saturn in Pisces, the Pluto in Aquarius, the Mars in Cancer. I hope last week wasn't too rough on y'all. It was a little rough. A little rough. All right. So, of course, we're doing the Lotus Tarot. 2 different ways to approach the week. All right. So we start out with, you know, what's the past. And the past is the 10 of Pentacles. So we've got this like abundance vibe. We've got like information. We've got the ideas. Like we have everything we need. Okay. So you know what's up now. And then there's you. Really beginning to feel, recognize, seen. You know, 6 of Wands is very much like a public role. I feel like some of these cards are similar to last week. And the environment is stressful, man. It's like there's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of just difficult emotions here that you're swimming in, right? You're steeped in that. And the culmination of these things is we're in a preparatory phase, right? We really have to be future oriented here. This is not just, you know, these are not just average days. These are days that are creating the future. Key card, core of the future. You got it. Magician. Woohoo. Yeah. I mean, like, just be confident. Be confident. You were made for this. You were born for this. You've got what you need. Opposing places. Opposing players. All right. So these different forces that we're dealing with is on one side, the Queen of Pentacles, like, you know, taking care of business, like really paying attention to money, finances, practical food related things, you know, just like living in a human body. And our other option is that you're also really feeling responsible for the finances in your situation. You've got to make some money. You got to have your own resources. You can't just be reliant on other people. And I'm not saying, you know, especially if you're in a committed relationship with shared resources, I'm not saying you can't count on that person, but I'm saying you need to have your own source of fulfillment, your own source of, you know, like your own independence within that relationship. And you may wish to really pay attention to the finances, your own personal finances. All right. Now, the near future, Queen of Wands. So interesting. This is a lot of like really taking care of things and being responsible. Like Queen of Wands is the homemaker queen. She's the one that makes sure that everyone is stable. She takes actions to secure her home. She is, you know, this is an initiating force, okay? And the modifiers with her are on the Queen of Pentacles side, we have the Hierophant. This suggests a more traditional approach or even getting some advice if you need. Definitely tapping in to get the wisdom that you need in order to make decisions. On the other side, on the 9 of Pentacles side, we've got the chill out card. Like, I mean, like, hang on. It's not time to move forward. So on the one, you're seeking advice. On the other, you're like, whoa, laying low. Paired with the Hierophant, we have the 4 of Wands, the happy family card. All right, so really focused on familial matters. Securing your home, taking care of your children if you have them. And on the 4 of Swords side, we've got some serious karmic events unfolding. All right, so here's you being like a little bit more independent, a little bit more autonomous, being a little bit more resilient and in charge of your own life. And it's saying, take care of business, but slow down a little bit. All right, and then our solutions or progressions. On the Queen of Pentacles side, we have the High Priestess. So this is fantastic. It's very spiritual energy. Paired with the Hierophant and everything, this is definitely, pray, meditate, a spiritual pathway. And then on the other side, the Nine of Pentacles, it's taking action towards some kind of creative project. All right. So it's saying, hang on. But I think this is like wait till later in the week to initiate something. And then paired with the High Priestess, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. So this side is very finance oriented, practical oriented, home life oriented. On the other side, Five of Swords. So we have to be a little bit more careful here. If you're trying to kind of break out on your own, start your own business, really be a little bit more independent, it's saying, initiate, start things, but wait for the right timing. There's some definite karmic angles to it. And you want to be really enthusiastic and excited about what you're starting, but you can't be so focused on what you want that you're not aware of the consequences of it. On the other side, Queen of Pentacles, you're getting some advice, taking care of the home, and you are the goddess of your home, right? And so tap into your spiritual practices in order to make practical gains. Interesting spread. Well, have a great week, guys. I'll see you next week.